All right, let's just jump right in. Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're taking a completely objective, under-the-hood look at a highly structured, decentralized wealth generation model. It goes by the names Bytnex and Cryptex. Operating entirely on the blockchain, this system has a, frankly, fascinating architecture. We're going to break down exactly how this ecosystem claims to turn a tiny entry fee into a potential path to financial freedom, all using some pretty complex decentralized finance, or DeFi, mechanics. Let's get started. So, here is our roadmap for today. First, we'll look at the $100 DeFi wealth model. Second, the roles of banks and insurance. Third, the sheer power of daily compounding. Fourth, multi-year contracts. And finally, network building. All right, Section 1, the $100 DeFi wealth model. So, the absolute core hook of this entire system is the entry point. To get into Bytnex or Cryptex, you, the user, pay exactly $100 plus a tiny network transaction cost, a gas fee. But here's the absolute critical distinction that the source material makes clear. This non-refundable activation fee, it's paid strictly in Bitcoin. And listen to this. That $100 is not your investment capital. It doesn't actually generate your return. Instead, think of it merely as a processing fee. It's the key that unlocks a much, much larger financial cycle hidden within the blockchain. So, what does that $100 actually buy you? Well, it buys a DeFi hybrid contract. That is the exact digital product you're purchasing. The source material emphasizes that this whole system operates as a DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization. Apparently, it's been active since 2016 and has ballooned to over 1.5 million members worldwide. Oh, and get this, there is no central CEO, no glass tower headquarters, and the identities of literally all parties remain completely anonymous on the blockchain. Your contract just autonomously bridges you with major financial institutions. Wild, right? Moving on to Section 2, roles, banks and insurance. Okay, so this whole system is built on a profitable partnership model featuring 4 key players. It's like a giant puzzle where each piece mathematically secures a win. First up, the Bytnex or Cryptex style, which runs the platform. Second, we've got offshore banks. They provide the actual heavy-hitting capital for staking. Third, insurance companies step in to secure that loaned capital against any market loss or default. And finally, player number 4 is the account holder. That's you, the one who eventually receives the profits when the contract matures. Let's walk chronologically through the exact flow of capital here, because this is where the mechanics get really interesting. Step 1, you pay your $100 non-refundable fee. Step 2, boom, that fee triggers an offshore bank to instantly loan massive capital. We're talking either $30,240 or $43,200 directly to your smart contract. Step 3, that borrowed money is immediately deposited into the DeFi market and staked for daily rewards. And Step 4, just to make the bank comfortable with tossing such huge sums at an anonymous crypto wallet, an insurance company writes a custom policy to cover the whole amount against default. Essentially, your $100 is literally just the key, unlocking tens of thousands of dollars in institutional liquidity. Which brings us to Section 3, the power of daily compounding. Once that bank capital is staked, the DeFi protocol fires up and begins generating a variable daily interest rate. And we are talking anywhere from 0.1% to a staggering 3%. Now let that sink in for a second. Getting a 3% yield annually in a traditional savings account is considered pretty decent, right? This system claims up to 3% daily. And because this compounds every 24 hours, the growth accelerates like wildfire. It's this continuous, automated compounding of the bank's massive initial loan that fuels the explosive growth projected for your wallet. Now, you might be wondering, okay, how do the institutions make their money? Well, it's completely automated. Before you ever see a single dime of profit, the smart contract pays the partners directly, right out of those staking yields. The bank skims off between 5.5% and 6.75% annual interest on the capital they loaned out. Meanwhile, the insurance company automatically deducts a premium around $210 to $300 every single month from the generated profits. So the big players get their predictable cuts on autopilot, and whatever is left over, that just continues to compound for you. Let's look at Section 4, multi-year contracts and returns. So let's break down how this actually builds across the 4 specific contract lengths outlined in the source. For a 2-year or 3-year contract, the bank loans $30,240. After the institutions take their cut, the estimated payout to you at maturity is around $20,000 for the 2-year and roughly $35,000 for the 3-year.
but check out the longer terms. For the 5-year and 7-year contracts, the bank actually bumps the initial loan up to $43,200. Because daily compound interest is so explosive over a long time frame, the 5-year contract projects an estimated payout of $471,000. And the 7-year contract? It skyrockets to an estimated $980,000, or even more. This is exactly what the system pitches as the true path to financial freedom, purely originating from that initial $100 fee. And remember, all these payouts are strictly executed in Bitcoin.
Now, here's the kicker. You aren't limited to just one attempt at this. The system actually lets users scale up by stacking multiple contracts. According to the source material, you can hold up to 80 separate contracts registered under a single email address. That allows participants to significantly multiply those crazy projected maturity payouts. And to heavily incentivize people buying in bulk, the platform occasionally runs these promotional leverage strategies. Right now, the source highlights a promo where if you buy 10 contracts at once, so $1,000 in processing fees, you get 5 additional contracts completely free. This specific offer is aimed at amplifying the 2-year and 3-year term plans. Finally, Section 5, Network Building and Referral Bonuses. Up to this point, literally everything we've talked about is totally passive. You pay the fee, you sit back, and you wait years for the contract to mature. But that poses a very real, practical question. How on earth do you generate immediate cash flow while waiting 2, 5, or 7 years for your passive contract to finish baking? Well, the system's answer is a highly aggressive, deeply structured affiliate referral program. The system uses an instant 10-level payout structure. So simply referring one person into the ecosystem yields an immediate commission. On level 1, your direct referrals, you earn 30%. Since the contract fee is $100, that's an instant $30 paid directly to your wallet in Bitcoin. You then earn 5% on levels 2 through 4, 4% on levels 5 and 6, and 3% all the way down to level 10. It's basically designed to reward network growth with instant liquidity. But wait, the referral system goes way beyond just instant cash flow. The source material details this delayed profit-sharing mechanism that creates massive passive secondary wealth down the road. This part only triggers when someone in your downline successfully cashes out their mature multi-year contract, and it pays out across an incredible 20 levels. Most notably, on level 1, you get 8% of your direct referral's entire total maturity amount. So think about it. If someone you referred cashes out $1 million contract 7 years from now, you automatically receive 8% of that whole shebang. And for the absolute peak networkers out there, there's the leadership bonus. This is designed to heavily incentivize massive team builders. If you secure 100 direct referrals and your total team volume hits $100,000, which is roughly 1,000 total contracts in your network, you hit this rank. The reward? A one-time $5,000 bonus, plus your daily profit-sharing percentages permanently increase by 5%. And get this, that new percentage pays out to an infinite depth, meaning it no longer stops at level 20, but extends down to every single person in your entire network tree. Absolutely wild. Which really leaves us with a fascinating macro-level question to consider as we wrap up. In an entirely anonymous, decentralized ecosystem, where a mere $100 activation fee is mathematically modeled to trigger institutional loans and compound into generational wealth, how will these ambitious DeFi mechanics reshape our entire understanding of the future of finance? The mechanics outlined in Bytnex and Cryptex certainly push the absolute boundaries of traditional wealth generation, leveraging blockchain transparency and aggressive compounding in ways we're only just beginning to see unfold. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning, keep questioning, and I'll see you next time.